My name is Walter Payne, and I'm here with Benjamin Mccall, and we studied traffic accidents between vehicles and pedestrians and possible solutions for those. A little bit of background on the subject matter. In 2014, there was a recorded 4,884 pedestrians hit and killed by motor vehicles. There were 65,000 that were injured, which comes out to an alarming statistic of 1 every 8 minutes in the U.S. A study done by Andy Camden and Ron Bueling states that children are most likely to be injured in a pedestrian accident, while most senior citizens don't actually survive them. We decided to look into a few possible solutions to alleviate the problem, as well as analyze a few potentially risky sites here at Clemson. Roundabouts have become a very popular and effective way to decrease vehicle-pedestrian collisions. In the same case study by Camden and Bueling, they observed that when the roundabouts were implemented to two-way stops, pedestrian crashes decreased by 75%. However, they are difficult to place at existing intersections and are much more costly than stop sign alternative. Traffic signals are always a viable option in terms of reducing pedestrian collisions, and they've been known to reduce accident rates up to 50%. However, they have not always proven to be effective in some areas. They are also very costly and can have very inefficient timing cycles if not implemented with inductive loops. A few other options include refugee islands and over or underpasses. These have strong results of reduced accident rates by 40 to 90%. However, they are difficult to construct in terms of space and clearance. There are other variables to consider when analyzing solutions, like is this a bar-dense strip of road, or is the nightlife going to play a large factor? 3/4 of pedestrian crashes occur in urban areas, and 1/4 of fatalities occur in the evening hours. 34% of these pedestrians had a BAC content of over 0.08, and 14% of the drivers involved also scored a minimum of 0.08. Solutions for heavy traffic flow in a city may be a pedestrian underpass, as analyzed earlier in lecture in Boulder, Colorado,
as well as adding street lighting and enforcing the restriction against jaywalking.
Alright, so our first intersection is at Cherry Road and Theta Street. So some factors that play in this intersection. There's a lot of traffic at this intersection. There's a very large commuter parking lot in front of me. So during class changes, you have a lot of people going to and from class on foot and by vehicle. In addition, behind me, there's some pine trees. So coming down this hill, due to the pine trees, you can't see the intersection until you almost ride up on it. And then from the pedestrian point of view, that sign and then that tree that's lining up the road, you can't really see cars coming down the hill either. So some possible solutions, they did put a four-way stop in, so it makes it easier for pedestrians to get across, because as you see now, vehicles are forced to stop and let pedestrians cross. We would also suggest that maybe trim the pine trees as well as these trees right here, so just so vehicles and pedestrians can see each other easier. And we also suggest maybe a prepare to stop sign, just so you know the intersection's coming up. Alright, so our second intersection is at the corner of Heisman and Williamson Road. Some factors that go into this intersection: it gets a lot of traffic due to the Fike football stadium. It's one of the main avenues of approach to go north to south through campus, so you get a lot of traffic and a lot of people walking from classes to their vehicles, because there's a lot of parking on this side. People like to, as they come off of Old Greenville Highway and turn left, they like to come speeding through this intersection. From a pedestrian and vehicle standpoint, you can't really see the cars as they're coming up this hill due to the parked vehicles, so they're almost right up on you. From a vehicle perspective, you can't really see pedestrians through the parked vehicles. Some proposals we have, if we had the money, maybe make this a roundabout intersection. If not, we would put a three-way stop sign or maybe a yield to pedestrian sign. We could also put a speed bump about halfway down that hill, just so people slow down as they're coming up.
Here, you can notice how little time the driver has to react to a pedestrian crossing the road.